With today's healthcare environment, we need redundancy and reliability on our electric utility for two reasons. One is that we need to be able to deliver healthcare regardless of the conditions. So regardless of if there's weather problems or if there's problems with systems, we need to be able to have electricity, because the electricity is being used to provide patient meals, it's providing basic lighting, it's providing electricity for diagnostic imaging equipment, to be able to get an X-ray, to get a CT scan, to be able to monitor vital signs, and then at the very end is to actually provide life support, because we have patients who are on ventilators whose lives are literally being held in the balance because of a reliable electrical supply. We had reached a point of growth here at Health Sciences Centre that we no longer could continue to just be serviced with each building being a discrete hydro service. So we began to look into the design with Manitoba Hydro, identified the critical needs that we had to ensure that we were able to grow the Health Sciences Centre as new projects came along, and as well continue to manage regardless of the challenges that we might have.
The HSC came to us in about 2005 with their 20-year future outlook of the expansion of the campus. When we started to evaluate that, we found that the electricity requirements that the customer had far exceeded what we were able to provide at the time. We found that the infrastructure couldn't support that either. The cost associated with everything was so prohibitive, we started looking at different alternatives of how to service the demand of the customer.
This project was the first of its kind for Manitoba Hydro. There was a fair amount of balance and dialogue required to keep our role as a utility, equal with our role as a designer of the system. Luckily, the process was collaborative right from the beginning with the customer, so any kind of bumps along the road that we encountered, we were able to sit down, roll our sleeves up, and find some really good solutions that worked.
The intent was to design a distribution grid, as we normally would, but at the end of the project turn it over to the customer, which is something we've never done before.
Moving forward on this, working with Manitoba Hydro, it became clear that there were advantages for Health Sciences Centre to own its infrastructure, both from a cost-benefit analysis, but also from the ability to manage and go forward on expansion plans, and again, dealing with the concerns that we have of reliability and redundancy of our electrical supply. When there are challenges with having the utility available, or when there is expansion, or when there is service that needs to be done on the system, we don't have to plan large-scale power outages, we don't have to do shutdown work, but we can work through a seamless relationship with Manitoba Hydro operational staff to be able to continue to provide reliable care and perform all of the maintenance, expand this system, and have Health Sciences Centre meet the needs of healthcare for the province of Manitoba.